My child, listen carefully, because what I am about to say is meant for you at this moment in your life. I am Jesus, and I know the path you have walked and the thoughts that have been quietly moving through your mind. Recently, you have felt the sense that something in your life is about to change. Okay, you may not know exactly what it is yet, but deep inside you feel that a decision is approaching. Okay, a moment that will require you to choose a direction. Okay, this choice may influence many things about your future. I want you to understand something important before that moment arrives. Not every opportunity that appears is meant to be accepted, and not every door that opens is meant to be walked through immediately. Sometimes I allow choices to appear, not just to change your circumstances, but to reveal the condition of your heart. Decisions are powerful because they reveal what a person truly trusts. When everything in life feels stable and predictable, faith may seem easy. But when a decision must be made and the outcome is uncertain, that is when faith becomes real. My child, I know that uncertainty can feel uncomfortable. Human nature often wants immediate clarity, a clear sign, or a guaranteed outcome before moving forward. But many times, the path of faith requires you to trust my guidance, even when you cannot see the entire journey ahead. Think about the moment when Peter stepped out of the boat to walk toward me on the water. The sea was still restless, the wind still blowing, and the situation looked impossible by human understanding. Yet Peter was able to take those first steps because he chose to trust my voice more than the fear surrounding him. The moment he shifted his attention back to the storm, doubt began to take hold, and he started to sink. But even then, I did not abandon him. I reached out my hand and lifted him up again. My child, the lesson from that moment still speaks today. Faith does not mean you will never experience uncertainty or fear. Faith means choosing to trust me even when the waves around you appear strong. The decision you are approaching may bring questions and concerns into your mind. You may wonder whether you are making the right choice, whether you are prepared for what lies ahead, or whether the path will lead to success or disappointment. But I want you to remember that your life is not guided only by your own understanding. When you invite me into your decisions, I guide you in ways that go beyond what human reasoning alone can achieve. That is why it is important that you do not rush the moment when the choice appears. Many people move too quickly when opportunities arise because they fear missing out. They believe that every open door must be taken immediately or the chance will disappear forever. But my child, the opportunities that truly belong in your life will not vanish simply because you take time to seek wisdom. Ask for clarity, ask for peace, and ask for the ability to recognize the direction that aligns with the purpose. But remember that not everyone can see the deeper purpose behind your journey. Only I know the full story of your life from beginning to end. Only I understand how each chapter connects with the next. That is why your connection with me is the most important source of guidance you have. When you stay close to me, you develop the ability to recognize when something feels right for your future and when something does not belong on your path. My child, sometimes the decision you face will not be between something obviously good and something clearly wrong. Sometimes the choice will be between two options that both appear reasonable. In those moments, the question is not simply which option is easier or more attractive. The question becomes, which option will help you grow into the person I created you to be? I care deeply about your growth, your character, and the influence your life will have on others. The decision you make may affect not only your own journey, but the lives of people you have not even met yet. Every life touches other lives in ways that often remain invisible until much later. When you choose a path Guided by faith, compassion, and wisdom, you create a ripple effect that extends beyond what you can see today. That is why I want you to approach this moment with patience instead of fear. Fear often pushes people to make decisions too quickly, while faith allows them to move forward with confidence, even when the outcome is not fully visible. Remember that your story is not defined by a single moment. Even if you make mistakes along the way, I am able to guide your life toward redemption and purpose. Throughout the Bible, there are many stories of people who faced uncertain decisions, yet discovered that God was still guiding them. When Moses stood before the Red Sea, with the Israelites behind him and the Egyptian army approaching, the situation seemed impossible. Yet, in that moment of uncertainty, God created a path where no path had been visible before. When David faced a giant Goliath, many believed the battle could not be won. But David trusted that God's strength was greater than the obstacle before him. It's my child. The same truth applies to your life today. The challenges and choices you face may appear intimidating, but they are not greater than the guidance and strength I offer you. The important thing is that you remain connected to me throughout the process. Speak to me openly about your concerns, your hopes, and your fears. I am not distant from your life. I care deeply about the direction you take and the peace you experience along the way. As the moment of decision approaches, you may begin to notice small signs of clarity appearing. Perhaps a conversation will give you new insight. Perhaps a quiet moment of reflection will help you see the situation differently. Or perhaps a sense of peace will grow when you consider one path more than the other. These moments are part of the way I guide those who seek my wisdom. My child, do not underestimate the power of patience during this time. Waiting does not mean you are standing still. Sometimes waiting is the space where understanding grows and where the heart becomes ready for what lies ahead. When the moment finally arrives and the decision becomes clear, move forward with courage instead of hesitation. Trust that I will walk with you through every step of the path that unfolds. The future is not something you must face alone. I am with you today. I will be with tomorrow, and I will remain with you through every chapter that follows. The decision that approaches your life may shape the next part of your story, but remember that your story is always held within my hands. When you trust me with your journey, even the uncertain moments become opportunities for growth, faith, and purpose. My child, listen carefully to my voice and allow it to guide your heart. The path ahead will become clearer than it seems right now. And when you look back in the future, you will see how every step of this moment helped lead you exactly where you were meant to be.